Last week we talked about some groomers, Orgeron rumors also going around. I believe he told a podcast recently that he wants to get back in the game. John, do you think he's serious? Do you think he's just bored? Does he need to go back on the beach in South Florida? What's going on with our old pal Ed O?
Well, let me preface by saying this. I badly wish he would come back to college football. It's a sadder, more dim place without him. There was few things that I enjoy more than hearing Edo talk. Him ripping off his shirt, fist bumping. He's our version of Hulk, and we need him back. So I want to start there. I am skeptical that he is coming back. I think he's very happy retired. I think he's an entertainer. I think, he likes to stir the pot a little bit. I think he realizes that if he says, I'm getting that itch, the headlines, they're going to start cropping up. And I think that's kind of what happened here. Hey, we're talking about it. So it worked for him. I don't think it's imminent that he is coming back to college football anytime soon. I think he's living a great life. He seems as tan as ever. So I think he's getting plenty of beach time. I think he's doing all right. But I think I would love for him to come back in some capacity. And I think people forget too. I mean, he's probably one of you put him in probably all-time top 5 greatest recruiters. And so, he's hanging around Miami a lot. His son is working at Miami. Maybe down the line, old Mario Cristobal says, hey, Ed, let's get you back as D-line coach or something. I mean, he would be an incredible addition to any program. I just don't think he needs to do that. I think he's doing plenty fine just now.
John, what about this? We talked about John Summerall and Auburn earlier. John Summerall out at Tulane. How about we bring Ed Orgeron back close to home as Tulane's head coach? Why not? Who says no?
If that happens, I'm telling Trey and Jack I'm moving to New Orleans. I will just document Ed O. That's the only thing I'm going to write. I think it'd be incredible. I mean, I think he would do very well there. He's already won 1 national championship in the state of Louisiana. I think he could do well again. I think it's about. I think the key is, and he's not the only guy. I mean, I don't know if we've talked about it. Jimbo Fisher's starting to make those rounds as well. He's getting the itch again. These guys, they don't know what else to do in a lot of ways besides football. But I think the question you have about anybody who's been out for a year or more, A, the game has changed so much. So can you get yourself back up to speed? But B, we all know this. It's 100-hour weeks. It's an insane dedication. Do you have that burning desire to actually want to do it again? Or are you bored that you're at home and you don't know what else to do? So you guys all know, and, Sean, you're there in Texas. Jimbo's time at Texas A&M did not end very well.
It's the first I'm hearing about it.
I would be very skeptical about giving that guy another big opportunity, given the way he's handled some of the most recent ones.
And I feel like this is sort of my fundamental question with all 3 of those guys, right? With Gruden, with Edo, with Jimbo, is like, what do you actually want? Like, do you want the chance to coach football again? Because there are many avenues for you to do that. Do you want the opportunity to be a big deal again? Because there are many avenues for that don't require you to do some of this stuff. But you mentioned Tulane's a great job, right? Tulane's a great job. Yeah, obviously, if Edo was super motivated and they came to him, I think that's something that makes sense. But if Southern Miss came to him, obviously that job's not opening, but if a job like that came to him, if a Conference USA job came to him, if a high level FCS job came to him and said, Coach O, we want you to come here, what's the point exactly for him? Why exactly would he be doing it? If he just loves to coach football again, then he can do that. But I don't know that you go on the national podcast tour and do all this sort of stuff. And again, when you won a national championship at LSU, is that beneath you at a certain point? Is it not really worth your time to go and be the ULM's head coach? I don't know. That's a question that I think that when push comes to shove, the answer will be no.
I will say real quick, and it ended poorly for a variety of reasons in Les Miles' case, but Les Miles' career ended with the biggest thud of all thuds. And I think we think about Les Miles in a much different way historically than we would have if you would have just hung it up after LSU. And if you're Ed Orgeron, I know that last season you had in Baton Rouge ended in a pretty contentious divorce in a way, depending on who you talk to. But he is an absolute legend around there. Why solely that last great season of your career by going somewhere and suffering.
Why
through-
join the Washington Wizards?
Yeah, like it just he's very rich, very tan. Like go hang out on the beach in Miami and have a good time, man. Like that's the life we all want. But these guys are
already rested.
These guys are built different. I will say that. Like it's
And I think Orgeron is doing that. I think he's living that life. I think he's very happy. He's going to continue to do that. I think Fisher's is more genuine, to be honest. I think that, Richard, you mentioned earlier, I've had people around Jimbo tell me, and he's flirted with them multiple times in the past, if Auburn were to open up, you will see the Jimbo campaign behind the scenes to try to get that.
Oh, that would be the most Auburn hire ever.
And it's been teed up for him in the
Hugh
past
Freezes.
as well.
But I do think that like that distinction is well taken, because I think in the case of Coach O, like things ended badly for a lot of dumb reasons, right? With Jimbo, he got fired for being a bad football coach. That's why he got fired. I think that is a much more motivating situation to kind of say, hey, kind of nobody really is happy with me or likes me right now. My reputation is kind of bad. So can I fix my reputation versus, like Chris mentioned with Coach O, it's just be the mayor of Baton Rouge. Like, don't worry with all this football stuff. It's fine. You proved yourself. You got nothing to prove to anybody. I do think that situation's a little different with Jimbo Fisher.
I think that for me, when I think about it, all of these guys, what makes them great and is also both the rose and the thorn is how much competitive spirit that they have. These guys are the S tier 1% competitive people in any phase of life you ever come across. And they have all had the highest levels of success that college football can offer you. That's intoxicating. And when you have it, you want it again. You want it back. And so, yeah, if it was any of the four of us, we'd be on the golf course. Well, not Shahan. Shahan doesn't golf yet. Any of the four of us would be on the golf course with our buyout money, kick the feet up, have some Mai Tais, and call it a career. But the rest of these guys want to coach. They only know how to do one